someone a couple weeks ago, and he was telling a story and how you guys met, and he said that you guys were at a park, and then you were busting raps.
At the skate park one day, this kid, he was chilling with one of his friends that I had met. It was like an acquaintance, so barely had met him, but he goes, "Yeah, this dude raps." I go, "No way, I make beats," and then that's it. And then boom, he was like, I was like, "Fuck, show me some rap." And dude, it was amazing. You know what I mean? Like so fucking lyrical, and so like intensely. Like,
how'd that whole play out?
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, I've been rapping really most of my life, and I mean, as far as it's always just been a part of me. It's not as far as like really hitting the concrete to actually press up CDs. You could say maybe I've just been, really hitting the concrete hard since maybe 2010, 2011. But I've really been rapping my whole life. One of my earliest memories was first grade talent show. And I'm up there rapping the song that I wrote, a cappella, and I was just doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? So I go way back, but my whole life, I basically never had anyone feeding me beats like nonstop, so I'd get beats wherever I could. Yeah. I mean, I would scrounge them. Actually, my first album that I put out is called The Unreleasables, and it's called The Unreleasables because I used a lot of beats I probably shouldn't have used, but they're from folks, so it's all love. Don't get it twisted. But when I linked up with J1, J1's got his own thing going. He's a dope-ass MC in his own right, so y'all should check him out. He makes beats, he raps, and he was also, when I met up, he was making beats for another group as well. And, but yeah, he was digging my flows, I was digging his beats, and he offered to produce albums, you know what I'm saying? And that was something I'd never had before. I would just get beats wherever I could, you know what I'm saying? So once he offered to produce entire albums, I figured let's make a group out of it, So it started off J1 and Joe Busto as a DJ MC kind of a thing, and he was just producing. Yeah. And that's how basically our first 3 albums are gonna be. It's gonna be me rapping, J1 on the beats. But like I said before, J1 is a dope MC in his own right. So the more we're making music together, the more we're actually collaborating on tracks. So our new shit, it's gonna feature basically me rapping and J1 rapping with J1's beats. And the beats by J1, if y'all haven't heard them by now, y'all need to check them out, man. There's something else. So I felt really blessed when he was willing to, work out the J1 Joe Busto.
Earlier in your conversation, and I was thinking about that. What was the whole concept and the whole theme of that mixtape?
Basically, the Unreleasables was songs that I had recorded over the course of maybe even 10 years. I know it sounds crazy, but like I said, I started around 2000, 2001. Yeah. Really kind of in a group and really starting to put some shit together. And over the course, I'd record songs for mixtapes, different folks' albums, and then I'd do some solo shit that, wouldn't get used for anything, make another solo track, wouldn't get used. And finally, in about 2011, I realized I had a good handful of solo tracks that ain't been on anything, and I was like, it's better to put these out to the world than to keep it on my computer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
So that's really what it was. There were songs that I just rapped to myself. I would rap at shows, but for the longest time, they weren't in a cohesive package, you know what I'm saying? So I finally just figured that I would just throw them all together, put them out to the world.
If they go together, and there's like, you have one song that like, it's kind of off, but wait a minute, it kind of changes the mood a bit, you know? Like the Greatest Love Story.
Oh, right. I got you.
Because then you have like all that boom bap sound, and then all of a sudden you get into that song, which is like probably one of the deepest on there.
True.
And I was like, whoa, that's kind of a mood changer.
Yeah.
So, what was the whole? I felt that was a personal song. Was that inspired by a real life event?
Oh, most deaf, man, most deaf. And the way I've always felt about music is a reflection of the self. Music's a reflection of me as a person. And me as a person, just like all other people, you have a range of emotions, you know what I'm saying? You'll wake up one day feeling fucking good, you're gonna take on the world. Next day you feeling like shit, depressed. Next day you got a fucking good new love interest. Next day that love interest breaks up and you fucking depressed. You know what I'm saying? But the gamut of a human emotion is really what I try to capture in my albums. And I understand where you're coming from. It might throw some people off there just expecting to hear kind of the same kind of stuff. But I just feel like it wouldn't be representative of myself if I didn't put the full gamut of emotions in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was an important song, came from the heart.
I mean, you can tell, because especially in your verses and your delivery, you feel that anguish and that anger and that, just that sadness in your vocal tone when you're delivering it. Especially in your last verse when you say, I can see the imageries like symmetry so vividly, I can't recall your emotion, sympathy, and that line just resonated. It's like, fuck, that's hard.
I got you. That's tight, man. I appreciate the feedback.
Every artist's process is unique, especially when you're sitting down and you're writing to an instrumental, because an instrumental is basically a blank canvas,
right,
and
right.
you as an artist have a paintbrush, and you're supposed to draw the picture.
Very good, yeah.
I mean, do you feel like every time, do you ever hear a beat and it just makes you feel uninspired, or you ever hear that beat that just makes you feel like, oh, that inspires me right there. I'm gonna create a masterpiece. You ever?
Most def, man. And I really gotta let you guys know, the first J1 Joe Busto project, the Broken Sky EP, it came from a place in my heart, so it's really important to me. Got Rap EP is very important. The So Fresh EP, these are all gonna hit back to back. But the real shit that like you guys are not even ready for is the new J1 Joe Busto shit. The shit where I was telling you where me and him are rapping together.
Yeah.
And I'm not even kidding you, man. Some beats, he'll give me a beat, like just the last beat that he gave me, I knew right away. Like, you know, some beats that are really tight, but you want to sit on it and you gotta, I don't want to choose the wrong topic. But he threw me this one beat, man, that I knew right away. And I just felt it, I knew it, and I wrote the whole song within a couple days. But it can't be like my exact definition. Straight up. That's why I'm lying away. I'm wide awake, stuck inside all of my mistakes. Can't even relate to my own side of the debate. So I wanna hide my face and find a place to hibernate. But life goes on until it doesn't. That's what I'm trying to say. So I pick up the pieces of my spirit right away and put myself back together no matter how much time it takes. Reality came crashing down like a tidal wave. Made me wanna fly away like I own a private plane. You said you wanna take your life away. Why? Cause you died inside every time you tried to stay. So through the night, I've been searching for the light of day, but ain't no brighter days. Must be a sign of the days that are the last ones and the longest in this time and space that we occupy. Yo, you cannot deny your fate. We finally made it up to heaven, so why you waiting by the side of the gate? Cause only now you see what I was meaning when I would say. Ain't no time to game, ain't no life to waste. It's on my mind all day. That's why I'm speak a sentence and make it rhyme. That's the act of rapping. And a lot of people see it as just kind of a gimmick. I mean, you'll see rap in commercials to sell cereal, or you'll see like a soccer mom doing a rap video to tell her kids to clean their room or something. So for a lot of people, the act of rap, very simple. And it's kind of a gimmick, kind of just used to do other stuff. But what separates an MC from just a rapper, the way I see it is the MC not only can speak and rhyme, but he can actually use that talent to do something bigger. You know, speak and rhyme, not just to speak and rhyme, but to communicate larger messages, to tell stories, to give some type of a social commentary, you know, and not everyone can be an MC, man. It does take something special. You gotta have something worth listening to. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has good opinions on shit. So you gotta be educated. And by educated, I don't necessarily mean college education. I mean educated in what you're speaking about. So folks that might have never went to school, but they very educated in police brutality, they can make a really good hip hop song coming from an educated standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be educated in what you're talking about. You gotta be creative. You gotta have something worth saying. You know what I'm saying? All that in speaking of rhyme form. So for example, let's say you have, I don't know, a rock musician. Nothing wrong with that. He writes his own music, and one day he decides, I'm gonna make a rap beat, and I'm gonna make a rap song, and I'm gonna rap. So that person officially just made a rap song. But is he an MC? No. I would argue not quite, you know, because it also takes a good understanding of where you're coming from. I mean, it's good we're actually in the spot right here with graffiti in our background, because as an MC, you're a representative of the culture, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a deep understanding of the beat making, of the spitting rhymes, of the graffiti, of the breakdancing, and the beatboxing. And I would even argue, you should probably even be a participant in at least one of those other forms of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Because an MC is a representative of the hip hop community, the hip hop culture. So if you just make a rap song but you have no connection to it, you just made a rap song, but you ain't really MC. Now with all that said, don't get me wrong, I mean, a lot of times we could use the words interchangeably. So I could say, yo, I'm a rapper, I'm an MC, I rap, I make hip hop music. But when we're really diving into the topic, if I'm really giving a specific definition to this versus that, that's kind of how I see it. An MC not only speaks in rhyme, you know, anyone could rap. Like I said, if you could say a sentence and you rhyme way with away, you just made a rap, right?
Yeah.
But an MC could take those 2 words and put meaning into it, put something into it that you want to hear, that you want to hear more. So instead of just rhyming some random shit with way, I might say something like, yo, people still ask me why I'm living this way, why I put my soul into a song just to give it away. Hey, you see what I'm saying? Hey, all I did was just rhyme way with away, but I put some meaning into it. Yeah, and I put something into it that, you know, I would think people would want to hear more. It's a little bit more captivating, intriguing. Not just speaking a rhyme, but doing something with that talent of speaking a rhyme.
Yeah, you know, Big Daddy Kane made the excellent point. He said once that anyone could be a rapper. Dr. Seuss is a rapper, you know what I mean? But it takes a real special talent to become an MC.
Very true.
Because as an MC, you actually have something to say, and you actually have a message to convey to your people.
Very true. And it's the way I see it, it's an ongoing process. You know what I'm saying? So if you get everything worked out, your stage show, everything, your raps, everything's right, it's an evolving process. So you might be MC, you gotta stay current with the times, stay current with the culture. And also if you look at the word MC or the initials MC, it originally comes from the phrase master of ceremonies, which really has nothing.
I wrote them down on this piece of paper. And I'm gonna read them, and I'm gonna get his whole thought process behind that bar and the whole theme of it. First one is, it seemed like a piece of paradise where I could never go, but something wasn't right, but I'll never know. But her soul, but her skin felt like cold as December snow. I felt no love, no heart, just an empty soul. I had to let her know that my answer was no. That was from Devil in Mexico.
From the Got Rap EP.
And what was the whole thing behind those lines right there?
You know, I feel like that was a rhyme scheme that just worked kind of perfect for the song, because the point of the song, I mean, it was one where I was kind of exercising my storytelling abilities. So the song's called Devil in Mexico, and it's just, I mean, obviously a made-up story. It's a story about me taking a trip to Mexico and meeting the devil and getting scared shitless and then coming back home. So that just worked out, man. It was just, you know, the process of writing storytelling songs is a little different than my process for other songs, because it does kind of have to go, it has to flow.
Yeah.
So I can't really jump around too much. I got to kind of write it in sequence. And the good thing about that line, it was actually coming off the chorus of rhyming with Mexico. Mexico, yeah. Mexico. Now she got a hold of me and she won't let me go. And I said, this is not just a malevolent episode. I was seduced by this stripper who looked like a centerfold. She was incredible from head to toe. Seemed like a piece of paradise where I could never go. But something wasn't right. Exactly what, I'll never know. No. But her skin felt as cold as December snow. I felt no heart, no love, and an empty soul. So I had to let her know that the answer was no. Yeah. So that one just, I felt like when I wrote it, I felt like I was lucky. I felt like that rhyme scheme fit perfect. The words were going. And again, the point of this was I went to Mexico, went to a strip club, and just met this banging broad. And she eventually turned out to be the devil. So when I found that out, I had to say peace. And that was basically the line of me kind of realizing it and saying like, yo, I got to get out of here.
But toward the end of the song, you found out that she wasn't the devil, that she was there the whole time.
Right, so it was more in my mind. You know, you find out at the end of the song, I am the devil, I've been here with you the whole time, and no one can help you. I'm a product of your own mind. So.
Yeah, I thought that was a very interesting song, especially when the whole skin, December snow, no love, no heart. It's just like you can feel it.
And again, that was all off Mexico. It was all off the rhyme scheme. The name of the song is Devil in Mexico. You know, December snow, let her go, all that stuff. So again, that was one rhyme scheme that I just felt like lucky that it fit kind of perfect in the song. You know?
And then the second one is I spent all my time up on this microphone trying to fight the wrong with all the right that I find inside the songs. What was that about?
Oh man. You know what, man? That's from a song. It's actually the Highlights of a Low Life outro, but it is a song. It's kind of an outro song. It's a one verse, and it's one of my most honest verses I've ever wrote. You know what I'm saying? It really, you know, basically that song, that verse, it's about me like being honest with myself. Like I rap, it's all I do, it's all I know, and it's all I'm gonna keep doing as long as it's fun to me, even if it's the rest of my life. If it's fun to me, I'm gonna keep doing it. But at the same time, I'm very aware. I'm not, you know, I don't have delusions of grandeur. I'm very aware of my place in the situation. I ain't big time in it. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of a, that was probably unnecessary, but it was kind of a way of me kind of analyzing myself. Like, yo, this rap, it's all I know, for better or worse. This is me, and it's gonna be that way till the end, whether I get famous or not. You know what I'm saying?
And it just felt like that. You fight all the wrongs with right in the songs. I thought that hit me hard because that made me feel like, damn, like even though like some of the songs that are wrong, if the other artists are doing, but he's trying to find the right in what they're trying to do. That's a great way to interpret things.
And again, it's really all about, this is all I do, man. This is, you know, for better or worse, I'm gonna be rapping my whole life, most likely. And it's, you know, it is what it is. I just don't see myself leaving for any reason other than it's not fun anymore. And it's still fun to me, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
There you go. Next one is, the microphone is my home for the undisputed verbalist, the dirtiest poetic journalist, no time for nervousness, the wordsmith working with the perfect worthlessness. Worthlessness, there you go.
A wordsmith working with the perfect worthlessness.
What was the whole theme behind that right there?
Oh, man. That was, you know, I'd say, like I touched on earlier, I run the gamut, you know what I mean? So I'll have one song that's really happy, one song might be sad, one song, you know, energetic, another song laid back. That song was really on my MC as a poet kind of a tip, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was just trying to show, like, I don't just rap. Like, there's a lot going on with this.
There's a lot more to
it, Yeah. And so, you know, that was just a way of kind of explaining that and showing people, like, there's a lot more beneath the surface. There's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Wordsmith working with the perfect worthlessness.
I like that, the dirtiest poetic journalist. I love that line. That shit's hard. Because, you know, and it's basically saying, you know, like, even though in your eyes I'm not a clean-cut dude, but I'm not necessarily dirty, even though my mouth's dirty, doesn't mean I can't report to you guys, you know, what's going on.
Yeah, and I took a lot of words that kind of have similar things as an MC, like a journalist. A journalist kind of researches something, right? And then they write a very concise article, and it has to be captivating, has to be, you know, grab your attention. Wordsmith, obviously, wordsmith technically means someone that invents words, but it's someone that works with words. Wordsmith, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like showing an MC or a rapper is also like kind of these other things, like a journalist, like a wordsmith.
And I touched on this one a little earlier, and I'm gonna touch on it again just for the simple fact that I like this verse right here. The picture serendipity, man, mixed with a little bit of misery. What else have you felt? Have you experienced just a dream? I just saw the imagery of perfect symmetry. I can recall it vividly, but I don't want your simple sympathy. Did I ever say that right? Kind of, but yeah.
You got the words right. Yeah. The bounce is a little different, but yeah, the words right. Let me see.
What was that whole thing about? Like you said, like I could see it vividly, like the whole emotion, like you could see the whole.
Yeah, it's really hard to take that one line and break down that one line. It came from a song. Well, yeah, it came from a song. The whole song, in context, was basically about the end of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's, your picture.
But this right here is basically saying like, you know, you can see it now, like more like after the relationship was end, you actually saw it rather than hindsight. You know what I mean?
Yo. Check it. I'm the mighty Joe Busto from J1 and Joe Bust. This song right here is called Last of a Dying Breed from the Got Rap EP. It's about real music, independent music. Fuck the corporation.
Was their finest hour.
I'm the last of a dying breed. Using rap to clash when we rioting, and using rap to advance and inspire dreams, and giving rap back to the people finally. Yeah, finally. We giving rap back to the people finally. So, I'm the last of a dying breed. But yo, how many y'all are gonna ride with me? Come on. See, I'm the last of a dying breed. An altogether different kind of a beast. That's right. Trying to keep this rap alive in the streets. A fine MC, one of a kind indeed. I'm the rapper that these other rappers try to be. And I'm just rhyming so that I can try to find some peace. I live inside of my raps and my rhyme schemes. I live in down for the beat, so you can't silence me. Conquering this game violently, marching to the music as the riots increase. So all my peeps can break the sigh of relief. Cause although we don't have all the finer things, we're coming through to build up a new dynasty, taking over like piracy on the high seas. But try to believe it's not designed for notoriety. Hip-hop is unity, and this is why I breathe. I'm the last of a dying breed. Using rap to clash clash when we rioting, and using rap to advance and inspire dreams, and giving rap back to the people finally. Yeah, finally, we giving rap back to the people finally. So, I'm the last of a dying breed, but y'all, how many y'all are gonna ride with me? Come on! See, we're all dying for some kind of variety, so my people come together to unite finally, instead of letting the blind lead the blind that lead, in a place where life seems to come kind of cheap, and most folks are just hanging on by a string. But still I set all my goals higher than I can reach, just to see what the test of time will bring, because little you know that behind the scenes, the other side is showing definite signs of defeat. They're backpedaling, they're trying to retreat, and I believe that when I succeed, I'll see you all on the other side of our wildest dreams. So how many y'all are gonna ride with me? Then put your fist to the sky like Huey P. I said, how many y'all are gonna ride with me? Then put your fist to the sky like
Chuck D, come on.
I'm the last of a dying breed. Using rap to clash when we rioting, and using rap to advance and inspire dreams, and giving rap back to the people finally. Yeah, finally, we giving rap back to the people finally. So,
I'm the last of a dying breed, but yo, how many y'all are gonna ride with me? Come on. Yeah. And that's what's up. The mighty Joe Busto from J1 and Joe Bust. Last of a dying breed from the Got Rap EP. Go cop it. Stay connected with us on social media for all future releases. Till then, one love, and I'm out. Peace.